What's cracking, Jack? The NBA's back. 10-game slate, as a matter of fact. I'm going to break them down, all 10 if you're counting, so listen real close. My info flows like a fountain. Let's go. Off the jump, it's the best bet for today's show, our daily sizzler. It's the Boston Celtics minus 5.5 at Golden State. Now, the Warriors are still without Steph Curry. He's not playing in this game. And without him, they're the league's worst offense. They average under 104 points per game. Here come the Celtics, the league's best scoring defense, allowing just 108 points per game, best in the NBA. Boston also very healthy. The only player on the injury report is Jason Tatum, who, of course, they've been without all season long. Boston, the worst matchup for Golden State without Steph, of course, with the league's best defense. And the Celtics have been road warriors. Their last 20 games on the road, Boston is 15-5 against the spread, 75% best in the NBA. Boston Celtics minus 5.5 is today's daily sizzler. But here's the best part. You can get boosted odds for this bet only at mybookie.ag. If you're unfamiliar, mybookie.ag is one of the biggest online sports books that there is, and they're a sponsor of the show. 4 times a week, they're going to boost my daily sizzler. Today is one of them. After 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go to mybookie.ag, and this will be boosted under Partners Picks, Silverbacks, Locks. And if you don't have an account yet with mybookie.ag, even better, because if you open a new account with them today, using promo code Silverback, if your first bet doesn't hit, it's refunded up to $500. Up next, we got the Hawks, plus 1.5 at Philadelphia. No Joel Embiid for the Sixers. The Hawks have had problems defensively this year. They're 118.6 points per game allowed, is 7th most in the NBA. The Sixers have done very well against bottom 10 scoring defenses, 6-1 against the spread in their last 7. Atlanta is 26-30 straight up this season, and the Sixers haven't lost to a losing team at home since December 23rd. Lay the short number with Philadelphia and consider Tyrese Maxey 30-plus points. Brooklyn plus 16.5, bless their hearts, at Cleveland. This spread's out of control. I do like Cleveland, of course, in this game, but that's too many points, so we're going to back them with the team total for Cleveland over 123.5. They're the second highest scoring team in the NBA behind Denver. I also like James Harden over 12.5 rebounds and assists. Indiana minus 2.5 at Washington. A lot of players out for both teams, but I do like the lineup that the Wizards are putting out there better. And Indiana has more players hurt, so they're going to have a shorter bench. I also trust them more at home than I trust the Pacers on the road. Pacers just 15-22 straight up on the road. Washington 9-18 at home and 50% against the spread. I would take the Wizards with the points, and I'd consider Trey Johnson over 14.5 points. Houston at Charlotte. This game's going to get a lot of comments, I can tell already. Houston minus 4.5 at Charlotte. Now, the Hornets entered the break winning 9 of their last 10. And during that stretch, they beat this Rockets team in Houston by 10 as a 4.5 point underdog. But the odds makers have them again as a 4.5 point underdog at home, though, in this game. Well, in that first matchup, February 5th, the Hornets hit 17 three-pointers, more than they usually do, and out-rebounded Houston, which is very rare. Now, Houston is a top 5 perimeter three-point defense and the number 1 rebounding team in the NBA. After a super hot start, I think the Rockets got tired. The way they play physically, defensively, they pound you, and they hustle. After a week off, I think things correct back to the mean here, and I think that the bookmakers are thinking that as well. It's an opportunity to get the Rockets at a line that we shouldn't be able to because of how they finished going into the All-Star break and how the Hornets finished. I would lay the 4.5 with Houston, and I consider Alperen Sengun over 8.5 rebounds. Detroit plus 4.5 at the Knicks. Jalen Duren and Beef Stew, of course, out for Detroit, serving their suspension. Pistons won the first 2 matchups of the season, both in Detroit. They beat them by 31 and by 38. Detroit is 92% on the road this season against this number of plus 4.5. Also 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 road games. Detroit has the best record in the NBA, not just the East. In the NBA, they have a better winning percentage than the Thunder do. And they're 18-7 straight up on the road. I think 4.5 is too many to give the NBA's best team. I would take the points with Detroit. I'd also consider Cade Cunningham over 25.5 points. His milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Toronto minus 5.5 at Chicago. Chicago just isn't backable to me right now. They went into the All-Star break losing 9 of their last 10. They have a ton of new parts trying to work together. And Toronto's a solid team, very solid road team, 16-10 straight up on the road, 56% against the spread on the road. I would lay it with the Raptors, and I consider Emmanuel Quickly over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Here's another game I think we'll get some comments. Phoenix plus 7.5 at San Antonio. The Suns have the best record against the spread this year in the NBA, and Devin Booker's back for them. But Dillon Brooks is out, so serving a suspension. And in my opinion, that hurts them just as much as Booker being out. Dillon Brooks is having the best season of his career, and he's the leader of this team. The Spurs, in my opinion, are the best team in the NBA. They entered the break winners of 6 straight and 8 of their last 10. They've also been dominant at home this season, 19-6 straight up, and 56% against this number at home of minus 7.5. I would lay the points with San Antonio, and I consider Wemby over 37.5 PRA. I do free content every single day on YouTube, but if you'd like my premium plays, if you want my absolute best bets of the day, you can get it in one of 2 ways. You can get what's called my $5 favorite, and for just $5, get my best bet of the day text to your phone. The second way is to become a Jungle member, and as a member, you get my entire betting card every single day. You also get access to our members-only Discord and a direct line to me. If you'd like me to opine on any other bet that you're considering placing, go to www.silverbackjungle.com or text free trial to the number on your screen. Orlando minus 8.5 at Sacramento. The Kings are unbackable like the Bulls. You have to lay the points with the Magic if you play this game. Sacramento has a point differential of minus 10.5 per game, second worst in the NBA, and they've lost 14 straight games. The only play here can be the Magic, and I'd consider Desmond Bane over 21.5 points. Last game on the docket, Denver minus 4.5 at the Clippers. Jamal Murray, the Joker, Cam Johnson, Christian Brown, all healthy and playing for Denver. Denver's the highest scoring team in the NBA. And without James Harden and Darius Garland not yet able to play for the Clippers, I think they're going to have a hard time keeping pace on the scoreboard. They average 9 points less a game than Denver does, and the Clippers have a negative point differential per game on the season. I think the Nuggets handle business on the road. I will lay the 4.5, and I consider Jamal Murray over 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Hey, put your 4 favorite games in the comments section, and I'll see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.